Let's look at another one. Here it is absolutely white's turn to play, and don't forget we're still dealing with double threat. So what do you think is what do you think is going to happen? It's white's turn to play, double threat. You can look for it.
The bishop would move to e4.
E4. So what is the idea of the bishop moving to e4? What's the idea?
To capture the rook and to bring the white rook to h7, say checkmate.
To say checkmate. So we are either we're going for the rook or we're going for the mate. So if our opponent decides to stop the mate by playing maybe knight to f6, protecting the square, then we can definitely just capture the rook. That's it. Good. Next one. Let's go. Let's make it faster now. Here, white's turn to play. Double threat.
Queen to d4.
Queen to d4. And what's the double threat there?
Threatening checkmate on square g7 or h8, and attacking the knight on a7.
Oh, attacking knight on a7. Okay, that's good. That's perfect. So that's double threat. So in case I'm trying to see how exactly if black is going to stop this mate, what will he do now? Black wants to stop white from checkmating. What do you think black should play to stop the mate?
Pawn to f6.
Pawn f6, that's it. That's correct. Pawn f6 is the only way to stop the mate. So by the time pawn comes to f6, then we can go ahead and take our knight. Double threat. These are very, very important tactics in chess. Okay, here, I love this. I love this. I just love this. So, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Rook to e7.
Rook to e7. That's a double threat because now you want to take a queen or you want to checkmate on h7. Okay, it does not work. You know, the tactic of the discover check does not work. Queen takes pawn does not work.
Why?
It won't checkmate, but after the king takes, queen takes. So why disturb yourself for queen takes when you can do just rook to e7, attacking the queen at the same time. What we are saying is we want to take your queen, or we can go ahead and do checkmate. So most of the time, our opponent. Yes, you're correct. Our opponent will defend. He has to stop the mate, or else he's in trouble. Or he plays g6, whatever he plays there, even if it is g6, whatever he plays, then rook just takes the queen for free. Again, another one here. Black's turn to play. How do you do this? Double threats. Don't forget.
Rook to b4.
Rook to b4. Thank you very much. Attacking the bishop and trying to mate. Next.
Whose turn is it?
Definitely, it is white's turn to play. I love it. It's so sweet.
Bishop to c7.
Bishop to c7. Brilliant. Double attack. Double threats there. Threatening background mate. So, next. It is black's turn to play, to be precise.
Rook to f1.
Rook to f1. Rook to f1. That's very, very interesting. So rook to f1, what's the idea of rook to f1? I need the idea. What's your idea? Rook to f1. So what's the idea?
Oh, so that's not it.
Oh,
It's rook to f2.
oh, rook to f2. Now that's the plan. Now you're talking. See, rook to f1 was not correct, so rook to f2 is a beautiful plan there. So, if you're saying rook to f2, yes, the queen has. If the queen should capture the rook, then we'll take the queen over here. We definitely capture the rook back. So rook f2. If queen takes, and if queen decides to take the queen, then what?
Checkmate.
Checkmate on h. Just rook goes to h2, and that's a checkmate. That's wonderful. Next, here it is white's turn to play. Very fast.
But for this one, you can just do checkmate.
How?
Oh. Queen to c4.
Queen to c4. That's interesting. Queen to c4. So, what is the idea of queen to c4, if I may ask? What's the idea?
To remove that queen, so the rook can capture that rook and say checkmate.
So the truth is, if the queen actually goes to c4, will you be able to remove the? Okay, let me put it like this. If you are black, your opponent just played queen to c4. So, what are you going to do?
You go to d6.
I'm listening.
You go to d6.
You go to d6. Exactly, and run and escape, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. So queen d6 will be the next move out there. So that means, it simply means that that move is not correct. So queen c4 is not correct. So think of something else.
Queen e5.
Queen e5. That's interesting. Queen e5. So what's the idea of queen e5 now? If the queen takes the queen, then you take the rook and say checkmate, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Now, that means you're attacking the queen and you're threatening, see, imagine, you're threatening this mate. So if the queen goes to e5, it's brilliant. If the rook takes the rook, we simply take the queen. If the queen takes the queen, we simply take the rook and say checkmate, game over. That's good, Hilary. Skip it up. Here, it is also white's turn to play. Now, let's go for it. Let's go for it.
Bishop to g8.
Bishop to what?
g8.
Bishop g8. That's fantastic. Bishop g8 is fantastic. So what's the idea? If the king takes the bishop, of course, I'll lose my queen. But what if the queen takes the rook?
You bring your queen to h7.
Queen to h7 checkmate. That's perfect. Good. Next, let us look at this one. Here, it is white's turn to play. So what do we do?
Knight to c6.
Knight to c6. That was fast. Are you sure knight to c6 is correct? Knight to c6 won't be correct. You know why? Because there is a queen takes pawn on e3 check. You see, the very first answer that comes to you at times might not be correct. So you have to be careful. Okay? Uh-oh, sorry about that. How about now? Good. So, sorry.
Knight to f5.
Knight to f5. Knight to f5 would have been beautiful. Why? Because not only is the knight on f5 threatening queen checkmate, but the knight is also protecting the pawn on e3. So the queen can't come and capture the pawn, and the knight is still attacking the queen as well. And the knight is also, holding onto that square. So even if this queen decides to run to, what is it called? This e6, you can as well still do your queen checkmate, and guess what? The king has no squares to run to because of this wonderful looking knight. That's it. That's back. It's back. We're back online. Good. So here we go. So let's continue, please. Here it is who's stone to play? Blackstone to play. Easy peasy lemon squeeze.
Bishop to e5.
Bishop e5. That's fast. Good. Bishop e5 attacks the rook, and that one goes. Next.
Is it still Blackstone?
Yes, Blackstone to play. Is he gonna see this one? Is he going to see this one? Double threat. Don't forget, double threats. We're attacking two things, especially delivering a mate, and that piece is going to go off.
Queen e7.
Queen e7. That's fantastic. Queen e7. And that's it. The rook and the queen on e1. That's checkmate. Interesting. Next one. Let's go. We still have a lot to do. It is white stone to play, please.
Queen f5.
What? You said?
Queen f5.
Okay. Queen f5. Let me look at it. Queen f5. Queen f5. So the idea of queen f5 is to attack the rook and also threaten the mate. Okay, and that is correct.
There are two mates.
There are two mates.
If you capture the rook,
okay.
Don't worry.
He said don't worry. So you saw the second one is not a mate. Okay, cool. Okay, that's great. Okay, let's continue. How about this one? It is white stone to play. Still on double threats. You said queen to where?
G5.
Queen to G5. Okay. Threatening the checkmate here and threatening to take the coin there. The rook here. And that's brilliant. Next. Next, please. Let me just use this for now.
So I can see your droid cam.
Sorry, don't mind it. So shall we? Black to play.
But
It's also very easy. You just have to look at everywhere.
So you said it's black to play.
Yes, it's Blackstone to play. I'm so sure it's Blackstone.
Queen to e7.
Queen e7. It took a long time when you saw it. Queen to e7. That's the point. The idea is this rook is under attack and you're also threatening checkmate. Brilliant. Rook to e7. Aha. That one was a little bit difficult. So it's, you were thinking for so long. I like that. Uh-oh. What just happened? Still double threat. Is this correct? It is correct. This is another position for double threat. Another position. And it is Blackstone to play. So how do you do this? Oh, now I see. This one is a combination. I get it. Look at it. Let me give you the hint. Look at this. Go back. See? Can you see this position? Right?
Yes, sir.
Good. And we said queen to e7 was the correct answer. So now look at the next one. Very easy. Look at it. Aha.
Queen to c7.
Queen to c7 check. Queen to c7 check. And now, of course, this pawn cannot. If the pawn comes to c7, the queen will still take. So we have g6. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. So we have g6. Now what?
Queen to e7.
Now queen to e7. See, it became a combination. And now we're still attacking the rook at the same time, threatening checkmate. So yes, will be one. So next. So there are times it could be it will come in a combinational way, as a combination. So you just have to be careful and watch and make your right move. So here it is white's turn to play. So since it's white's turn to play, we know what we're looking for. So think about it. The very first thing that comes to your mind might not be the correct answer. So if you think about it, you will definitely say it.
Knight to f6.
Knight. What just came up on my screen again right now? Okay, knight to where? F6.
Yes.
Okay, if you put the knight on f6, well, now we are actually threatening to checkmate here. And even if the knight should take the bishop, it does not work. So the best answer will now be maybe bishop goes back, then you can take the rook. That's correct. Knight f6 is correct. Nice. Nice one. Next. Very fast. Here it is white's turn to play. Still on double threat. White's turn to play. Double threat. This one is easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Come on.
Squeezing lemon is not easy.
Who said that? Okay, you are the one that says squeezing lemon is not easy. I usually think squeezing lemon is very easy. Okay, sorry, let me quickly try and see if the camera will work again.
Queen to e4.
Queen to e4. That's wonderful. Attacking the rook at the same time threatening the checkmate. That's beautiful. That's really, really beautiful. You're feeling fly, right? What about this one? Here it is white's turn to play again. White's turn to play the double attack. Let's see. Maybe you will get this one this time around. Oh, very easy also.
Queen to e5.
Queen to e5, threatening to take the rook. Uh-oh, what's that? Threatening to take the rook or threatening the checkmate. Cool. Next. Aha! I love this. Let's see if we're gonna get this one.
Rook times bishop d6.
Jesus, you didn't even allow me to rest. You just went straight off. Rook times bishop, then rook takes rook.
Queen to e5.
Queen to e5. That's correct. Okay. Queen to e5. Correct. That's interesting. Okay. This one should be tougher now. Let him sweat now. Come on, what's going on? Here it is a Blackstone to play. Blackstone to play. Oh, come on. It's Blackstone to play. So what are you gonna do?
Queen to e5.
Whoa. Queen to e5. Honestly, that's correct anyways, because you're attacking the rook at the same time threatening to checkmate other corner. Oh, come on. My camera has been so bad. I'm so sorry as regards. It's annoying at the moment.
So why does the camera keep coming up?
I don't know. I actually don't know why my camera. It's because I'm using my phone actually as the camera. You get so. My phone is the camera connected to the laptop. You know, blah blah blah. And I don't know why it keeps going off.
You don't use the phone.
So queen moves to e5 is correct, like you said. So checkmate and taking the rook. Next.
Rook times knight on d4.
Jesus. So fast. Rook takes knight. Rook takes rook. Now what?
Queen to e5.
Oh, it's more or less the same thing we did that one. Okay, now find out. Okay, here,
Yeah.
double threats. It is who's turn to play? White, please. White's turn to play.
Queen to e4.
Queen to e4. That's interesting. Uh-oh. That's not e4. That is e3. Okay. Queen to e4, threatening checkmate. And the good news about what kind of line is that? The good news about the checkmate is this double threat is that both the queen and the bishop. Let's see, the camera is off again. Both the queen. I'm not going to use the camera anymore. I'm just going to stop this camera. So sorry. So both the queen and the knight are attacking the bishop. So it's really good. So even if black decides to play something like this, or he plays f5 as suggested, queen just takes bishop, and after queen takes queen, then knight takes queen. That's good trade for us. So here we go. Aha. Okay, this one, yes. White's turn to play.
Queen to e4.
Queen to e4, correct. And again, that's a double attack on that's a double threat on that one to take the bishop. The other one is to checkmate. Next.
So is it black's turn?
Yes, it's Blackstone. At least this one is making you think.
Rook d3.
Wow! Wow! Like seriously, rook d3. So okay, after rook d3, what happens if I decide to just run away with my bishop? So what's the point? So what's the point of your
You
rook?
go to h3.
And that's a what?
Checkmate.
Just because my pawn can't move, pinned by this wonderful bishop there. Whoa! Nice, nice. That's fantastic. You seeing that? That's really, really fantastic. Okay, next. And why do you keep doing this to me? Okay, found it. Still thinking. And it's
No,
white.
I think I found it, but there's also checkmate.
Well, it is white's turn to play, so I don't know. I don't know what you mean.
Okay. Bishop to g7.
Really? Double threat? Is that what you're looking at? Bishop to g7. King takes your bishop. Uh-huh.
Your rook takes the queen on c7.
The rook takes the queen. My knight takes your queen also on d1. Ah, you've missed it now. So you see, remember the idea. The idea is to look for what?
Queen to d4.
Queen to d4. That's simple. That's the simplest idea. Instead of looking for something complicated, you know, just queen to d4, attacks the queen, and you know you're you're attacking the knight, and you're also threatening to checkmate the king. That's it. That's a double threat. That's easier. Next, how about this one? Still on double threat, and it is black's turn to play. Oopsie, black.
So it's black to play.
Yeah, it's black's turn to play. The answer is there. You just need to just look harder.
Queen to c4.
Queen to c4. That's correct. Queen to c4 is actually correct. See? And what we're doing here is attacking the knight and we're attacking the rook at the same time. Simple. It took you a while to see that. Anyway, I don't know what took you so long. Black's turn to play again. Double threats, please. Don't forget, we are still on double threats.
Queen to f2.
Queen to f2. So what happens after rook to g1?
Rook to f1.
No, that's not possible. Your queen is on f2, remember? So if I play queen to f2 and I'm playing rook to g1, what are you going to do?
Capture the rook on g1.
Capture the rook on g1, and the king captures the queen back.
Rook to f1, checkmate.
Exactly, that's it. You should have seen that. You just, I think you just looked at queen f2 as the only possible move. You did not even calculate it to the end before giving that answer before, did you? No, you did not. So it was after I now said queen to f1 that, what happens to rook g1, that you now realize that, oh, I've not even calculated this. I didn't say it. So next time you actually need to calculate it to the end so that you won't be surprised. Imagine if rook to f1, to g1 was actually something very strong, and that's how you laugh. Maybe missed something there. And I like this. King takes is the next best move, and rook checkmate. Game over. Background mate. Next. Still on double threats, it is Black's turn to play here. Yes, Black's turn to play.
Line to c6.
How is that a double attack? So what's the second threat there? After knight to c6, what's the second threat? Do you have one?
Yes, but you use another piece to start it.
You what?
After First, you play knight to c6.
Okay, what's the idea?
If the queen moves away, you bring your knight to h3.
Okay.
When the king moves, you will bring your bishop to e4.
Okay, and I can as well use my pawn to attack your bishop on e4 to interpose. Worst case scenario, mm, I'll lose my rook for the whatever you want to capture. I'll lose my rook and pawn for your knight and bishop. That's worst case scenario. So I don't think it works because this is what you are trying to say. You're saying knight c6 and after queen to b7, then you are saying knight check, king goes to g2, bishop check, and I said I'm gonna play. In fact, a just simple f3 stops all your threats, and that's there is no two pieces are not even attacking anymore. So it means, remember the idea, double threats. You're supposed to be threatening a mate and to capture something.
Bishop e4.
Bishop what?
Bishop e4.
Bishop e4. That's it. Bishop e4.
Bishop e4.
Correct. Very, very correct. Bishop e4 is the correct answer. Now you're threatening to take the queen, and now you're threatening to say knight to h3 checkmate. That's simple because now if the queen captures the knight, so what are you going to do here?
You bring your knight to h3, saying checkmate.
That's it. Who cares about capturing queen when there's a mate? Okay, another one. White's turn to play here. Double threat, please. I think. Okay, looks like a position I played recently, but it's not the one. I played a game with someone where I sacrificed my queen and I was able to, checkmate with a bishop in this regard, but not this type. So anyways, we're looking at, oh, I've seen it. Somebody is hitting his head. I've seen it, it's very simple. I know you can find it. It looks a little bit hard, but it's not.
Yeah.
Is it too much? Do you want help?
No, I want to find it myself.
Okay, find it. Go on.
So I want help.
You found it.
No.
You want
I
help.
want help.
Now you want help. Okay, I'm gonna give you a small hint. Now look at this position there. Just look at the pin there. So now, double threat. Think about it. So how can you take advantage of those pins, please?
Knight to G5.
Well, knight to G5, the king just comes to H6. Now what? Oh, no. I'm not even coming to H6. Just knight G5, sorry, just goes to G8, please. Knight just goes to G8. The king goes to G8 rather. So it is safe then. Double threat. Remember double threat.
Knight to E5.
Knight to E5, attacking the queen, right? So after the knight comes to E5 to attack the queen, the knight takes the knight. Now what?
Queen times pawn H on H5.
Queen takes pawn H5, check! This pawn can't move. The king has no choice but to run back to H8, and now
Queen to H8, checkmate.
checkmate. Nice. That one took a long time. Sorry.
No, so I actually said, but I saw the knight going to E5, but I was not looking at the king.
Oh. Okay. No problems. And that will be all about what is it called? That will be all about double threats. Okay. So I think the next class we're going to be having, we'll talk about promoting pawns. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. So that will be I don't know. That'll be next week Monday, right?
Yeah.
Good. So Monday we'll talk about promoting points. We'll deal with it for another 30 to 40 minutes, even 50 minutes, then we'll call it a day. Okay, thanks, Eli. See ya. Please, you can play online when you're free, and what's it called? I'll watch your game.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Bye. See ya.